The Rolls-Royce Phantom Series II doesn't try to redefine luxury. It doesn't need to. Instead, it quietly reinforces a truth the automotive world already accepts. This is where the conversation ends. Everything else negotiates. The Phantom decides. At first glance, the Series II looks familiar, and that's intentional. Rolls-Royce understands that the Phantom's power lies in continuity, not reinvention. The front is upright, commanding, almost architectural. The Pantheon grille remains dominant, now subtly illuminated, not for attention, but for presence. Above it, the spirit of ecstasy sits with calm certainty, unchanged, unbothered by trends. The headlights are sharper now, more precise, with a darker internal graphic that adds depth without aggression. Nothing here looks sporty or modern for the sake of it. The Phantom doesn't chase youth. It represents permanence. From the side, the Phantom's scale becomes undeniable. At nearly 5.8 meters long, it doesn't look large, it looks deliberate. The proportions are perfectly balanced, with an impossibly long wheelbase and a roofline that stays horizontal, refusing drama. The coach doors open opposite to convention, transforming entry into a ritual rather than a movement. This isn't a car you climb into. It's a car that receives you. Step inside, and the outside world immediately loses relevance. The interior of the Phantom Series II is less a cabin and more a controlled environment. Rolls-Royce calls it the architecture of luxury, but the effect is simpler: silence, space, and certainty. Every surface is wrapped in hand-selected leather, finished wood veneers, and cool metal accents that feel reassuringly solid. The centerpiece is the gallery, a glass-enclosed fascia that houses bespoke artwork, from sculptural pieces to embroidered designs containing hundreds of thousands of stitches. This isn't decoration. It's personalization elevated to identity. The seats are wide, deeply cushioned, and designed for long periods of calm rather than short bursts of comfort. The rear compartment is the true focus. With reclining lounge seats, extensive legroom, and near-perfect sound insulation, the Phantom turns motion into stillness. Conversations lower naturally. Time slows. Technology exists, but it behaves itself. Screens are present, controls are intuitive, and nothing competes with the atmosphere. Even the Starlight headliner, customizable with constellations and shooting stars, feels less like a feature and more like a signature. At the rear, the Phantom maintains its formal composure. The design is clean, upright, and dignified. Vertical taillights emphasize height and stature, while the rear surface remains free of unnecessary drama. It doesn't signal performance or rebellion. It signals arrival. Under the hood sits a 6.75-liter twin-turbocharged V12, producing around 563 horsepower and 900 newton-meters of torque. But quoting numbers here almost feels inappropriate. The Phantom doesn't accelerate, it advances. Power delivery is silent, effortless, and constant, managed by an 8-speed automatic transmission tuned entirely for smoothness. Rolls-Royce engineers famously tune the car so that gear changes are almost imperceptible. The suspension uses cameras to read the road ahead, adjusting itself before the wheels even reach imperfections. The result is what Rolls-Royce calls the magic carpet ride, a sensation where the road feels distant, irrelevant. At speed, the Phantom doesn't feel heavy. It feels planted, composed, and unwavering. This is not a car that asks for driver input. It removes the need for it. The Rolls-Royce Phantom Series II isn't built to impress enthusiasts, dominate lap times, or chase innovation headlines. It exists to remind the world that true luxury doesn't evolve quickly. It refines. It perfects. And then it waits. The Phantom doesn't compete with luxury cars. It defines what they're competing against.